So we've done some formatting on this table. We've added background colors, changed the font, increased font size, done a few things, made a couple things bold, done a little bit of formatting. I want to take it a step further. Within a table, you also have the borders of each of the cells, the columns and rows that you have within your table. You can manipulate these borders. By default, you get these nice thin black lines that are separating all the cells within the rows and columns. You can change the thickness of those lines, you can change the colors, the styles, you can even get rid of them completely. So let's take a look at formatting these borders. I'm going to do the two bottom corners first. I want to get rid of the borders, the bottom and the left and right borders, respectively, on the left and right side. Just make those cells appear like they're not even there. And then maybe I want to take this one up here, this top cell, and I want to make this line right there, I want to make it much thicker. Okay, so we'll do a couple of things here. So first step, this is the cell that I want to remove the left and the bottom border of. Now, we want to make sure that before I modify the border on that you select the cell itself. And you notice how I got that little black arrow right there. I click once, it selects that cell. If all you do is click into that cell and you go modify the table's borders, it won't just apply to that cell, but it'll apply to the whole table. So I want to make sure I get that little black arrow, click, make sure I get just that one cell. Now by getting that one cell, I get my little formatting box that shows up, and I'm going to go to the border command, go a little arrow, and I'm going to go down to borders and shading. So this opens up my borders and shading window where you got all sorts of stuff. You've got the styles. You can change what they look like. You can change the color, their width, their thickness. And you got a little preview of the window as well. Now in my case, I don't want to change it. I want to delete it. I want to get rid of the border. So over here in the preview, I'm going to click on the left border. Zap. We'll get rid of that. I'm going to click on the bottom border. Once again, zap. That one's gone. I've now gotten rid of the left and bottom border of that cell. I'll hit OK. And that cell now appears to not even be there just because I removed those borders. Now let's do it over here. I'm going to do it on the right side. So once again, I'm going to find that little arrow. Then I'm going to go back into borders, borders and shading. And once again, I'm going to zap. This time I'm going to do the right and the bottom, and I'll hit OK. And once again, removing the borders, the cell is still there. I can actually still type inside of it, but it appears not to be there. Pretty nice. All right, let's try one more. I'm going to go up here to this top cell. Again, I'm going to make sure I get just that one cell selected. Get that arrow there. Go into the borders, borders and shading. Now this time, I want to change the thickness. I'm going to go really thick. I'm going to go 6 point. Now, notice it just applied 6 point to every single cell within there. I just want to do the bottom one. Now, if I click on the bottom one, I just zapped it. I got rid of it. Well, I'm going to change this back to, I think it was 1/4 inch by default. And I'm going to go click on all the rest of them. I want to apply just that 6 to the bottom one. That's it. I'll go ahead and hit OK. And now I've got a nice thick border there at the bottom. The rest of them are all back at that 1/4 point size, matching the rest of the table. So again, you select a cell, or you can select multiple cells. I can grab all of these here, get into the borders and shading. Got some defaults in there you can pick from, or you can go down to borders and shading, and you can set it up yourself. So try some of this out. Get in there, select a cell, get rid of some of the borders, just zap them completely. Try changing the thickness of some of your borders, change the colors. Again, it's preference. You decide what's best fitting for your table and for your content, and ultimately, what's going to make the readability of this table and its data go up for your users. So manipulate the table, manipulate the borders. Select a cell, select multiple cells, get into borders and shading, and try it out.